Cruz vowed to end political correctness. He's channeling Donald Trump. Right? He's figured out what activates the base. We need to empower law enforcement to patrol and secure Muslim neighborhoods before they become radicalized. Right. Let's just fill the neighborhoods with cops who are dressed like the army, and that will prevent them from being radicalized. I'm speechless. It's like, where do these guys come from? I mean, this is... We need to secure the southern border to prevent terrorist infiltration. Right. The 9/11 guys came in on tourist and student visas. Let's spend $1 trillion on a border fence with Mexico to stop ISIS from attacking. What? By the way, I mean, let's just step into the Wayback Machine here. Aviva Shen, again, in this piece at the Center for American Progress's blog Think Progress, points out that Donald Trump has called for a federal database of all the Muslims in the United States. Marco Rubio, who was the establishment candidate, quote, called for a crackdown on mosques, cafes, and, quote, any place where radicals are being inspired. But they note after the 9/11 attacks in New York, then Attorney General John Ashcroft required men from predominantly Muslim Middle Eastern countries between the ages of 16 and 65 to register with the government. I had completely forgotten that. Over the next decade, she writes, I'm assuming Aviva is a woman, the New York Police Department actually tried the kind of intensive neighborhood surveillance that Cruz is proposing to disastrous ends. The special police unit secretly spied on Muslim Americans and immigrants in New York and even beyond their jurisdiction in New Jersey. The NYPD program targeted students and worshipers and even used undercover informants to try to bait community members into engaging in criminal activity. Some young people were threatened with arrest if they refused to spy on their peers. It basically backfired. It failed to produce even one single viable terrorist lead. Zero evidence that broader surveillance by the national security agencies yielded any valuable information to identify or thwart terrorist attacks. In fact, the most useful source, Aviva Shen writes, the most useful source of information about possible terrorist activity are Muslims themselves. The University of North Carolina study found that the single largest source of tips about terrorist plots in the United States came from the Muslim American community. And mass surveillance damages the trust of that community. According to the FBI, news of the New York PD spying program destroyed community trust in law enforcement and set back counterterrorism efforts. These guys are nuts. By these guys, I'm talking about these Republicans and, no doubt Fox News. To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.